been dominating the world today. It is, if you want to call it the ALLA riots, you want to call it the protests. It's been getting out of hand. You got the U.S. the Coast Guard or the National Guard there. You got military armed forces there. The LAPD's there.
Yeah.
Wow, you being in the LA area, man. How are you feeling towards all of this?
Man, you're provoking these people when you bring in the military. I don't feel like there is a need to bring in the military because like they're war peaceful protests. Yes, there have been police cars damaged, some unrest here and there, but it ain't been like they're tearing down the city like the LA riots. Now, like when this was the 92 riots, people was every store was being looted. People were getting jacked, pulled out of their cars, uh, i.e. Reginald Denny. Um, there was a lot going on. I don't see that in this particular instance, and yet it's still Trump calls in the National Guard, and now it's like you're inciting. I feel like it's a provocation,
Mm,
and these people are saying, "Hey, we are not the criminals that you're after. We've been here, we've been working, we pay our taxes, we're living our life, we're not causing any harm. Should the criminals that are committing crimes be deported and sent back to their countries? Yes.
well, there's a lot of crimes being committed now.
Yeah, but again, and I saw that because like the first few days of this, it was really just peaceful protest. And then I start seeing looting. Then I start seeing like videos of like the Apple store being looted. And that I think those people that are doing that, obviously, just like with the riots, with the LA riots in '92, people just take advantage of moments and situations for their own
Right.
personal benefiting gain. Because you looting the Apple store isn't stopping ICE from coming to separate families or deport people back to whatever country they came from. You breaking into a store and taking the merchandise, and that has nothing to do with the main cause. And those are what they call the bad actors, the few bad apples of the bunch that will make it look like all of the people are like that. They're not all like that. So I'm not gonna buy into, well, yeah, because there's some looting going down. Yeah, now we really got a reason to get everybody up out of here. It's like, nah, bro.
My thing is though, why wasn't any protest done before all of this? Like, why? I feel like, why do you have to wait now to do all of this? And I'm not when I say this, it may come off of like, okay, I'm the bad guy for being this. I'm trying to be objective. I'm trying to be on the other side. No, I'm not trying to be on the other side, but I feel like when you want a change or you want your voice to be heard, you shouldn't wait to when it hits the fan for you to, voice your opinion or show your actions towards certain things. I don't think you should wait. I think that's one of the reasons why we're in this situation right now, especially what's going on in LA right now, because I think the people that who had the issue with the deportation and the legal immigration, I think they should have planned something and spoke sooner about it. I don't think you should wait. I do think that it's not okay to what's happening right now. You're seeing locals' business getting damaged and hurt. That's money right there. They gotta take care of those cost damages. Like the people that damage it ain't gonna pay for it. Is the city gonna pay for it? You really gotta think about things like that, and you got to think about people that's getting hurt. You got to look at the time that the police force or people that's part of the law that's trying to stop all of this, man. That's tough, man. You're going against LA. LA, we're not talking about a small city. We're talking about one of the biggest cities in the world, Los Angeles, California, man.
Yeah, for sure. I've actually been seeing more protests pop up too in like places like Chicago and a couple other
Yeah,
cities where I'm starting to see like this thing is gaining traction.
yeah.
But
I don't.
again, we just got to see where it ultimately ends up. But here's my point. Here's one thing I want to say. Trump, when he was running for the presidency against Kamala Harris, he got a lot of vote from the Latino community. So they voted and they knew what he was running on. He told them, "Hey, on my day one, as soon as I get back in office, I'm going to get back to deportations and closing down the borders and making our country safe." And the Latino community, they really supported it because and I'm pretty sure a lot of them felt like, yeah, get the bad ones up out of here. However, I'm not sure if they knew exactly how this was going to go down, but Trump was like, look, y'all all got to get out of here if you're illegal. And so now it's like, this is something that y'all voted in, y'all voted for. Now you're dealing with the repercussions of it. Then I also see people saying, well, I see the black community divided because the black people are saying, hey, we should stand with them. We should go out there and protest with them. And I've seen Games give his support, and I've seen a few other celebrities give their support. But then I also see other black people saying, nah, they never support us in any of our situations. They don't have our backs when it's our situations. So let them fight their own fight. This ain't our fight. And there is divided. The black community is divided amongst each other as far as how they feel about this. Obviously, the Spanish community, the Latins, the Mexicans, people from Guatemala, people from all over South America. It's like they are really these people are separating families, and I do feel like it is messed up when some of these people have been here for years, no crime, not committing anything, just working, hard working people. And this is affecting businesses because one of the warehouses near where I live at was raided, and they took like 115 workers out of there who were here illegally and deported them. And it's like the business had to shut down basically because like a few ghost towns, a lot of places that I seen frequented by the Mexicans. These places are empty. A lot of places looking like ghost towns. Like people, I think there is a real fear in the community where they don't feel safe coming outside, and they just not living their normal life right now due to what's going on. So I just got to see how this plays out. This shit is it's whack, man. But damn, I don't know. I want to say like y'all voted for this,
Yeah,
but
yeah. That's the thing, though. I mean, you
maybe I
can't.
think
You
Trump got the right idea, but maybe it's the
you
wrong
got.
execution. Maybe he's going about it the wrong way.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing, though. You can't complain and be mad about what Trump is doing when you voted for him. You can't. It's like you can't. That doesn't make sense to me at all. I'm not saying every Latino voted for Donald Trump, but majority of the votes, if you look at the polls right now, from males to females to the age range, a majority of them voted for Trump. Um, and it wasn't a landslide though that Trump won, but for Trump to win those votes
Right,
by the Latino community,
right.
that's huge. I mean, you guys
I
voted for
wonder
this.
in hindsight now when they look back at it, would they have voted for Kamala Harris instead?
Well, from what I see, people starting to regret their votes now. So,
Damn. Well, yeah,
um,
man. This is
and what, and I don't think I don't have a problem with the ICE agents, the deportations. I don't. The reason why I don't is because if he's saying get the illegal immigrants that are criminals out of our country, let's do that. Why not?
right, right,
But don't
right.
get the hard workers,
Right.
the
The ones that have been here putting and
yeah,
another thing, like this was man, if I don't even want to get into the history of it, but this was their land anyway. You know, especially California was Mexico. California was part of Mexico. So it's like
Mexicans.
you these people were their land was taken from them and taken conquered and taken over, and then you were telling these people they are illegal on their own soil, and it's like you got to pay to be
Dang.
here. And they're creating policies to make it illegal for these people to be here when it's really originally their land in the first place. So they kind of like
And
that's where you get the resistance. They fighting back. They
and the
saying, "Nah,
problem
we ain't going."
and the problem that I do have with certain people out there, and I'm talking about celebrities, and I'm talking about people in general. I think the problem that I have with them is that they're speaking up because it's a thing, it's a trend that's going on. It's one of the biggest topics in the world. Don't start to speak now and voice your opinions now when you didn't do it before. Like I seen Kim Kardashian, Erica Mena, certain people speaking up and supporting this, which I don't have a problem with that. But where were you before all of this? We did how did are you feeling this way because it's a thing right now in the world
Right,
today,
right,
or
right.
are
How
you do you
genuine is your support, basically?
yeah, because this is the first time I've seen certain people speaking on it. I'm talking about celebrities and certain people. You guys never spoke on it before. Illegal immigration has always been an issue. Deportation has always been an issue.
Right.
Why?
This say, dude, this didn't just start. Like this did not just begin now. So it's like I get what you're
No,
saying.
no, it's happening though, because I talked to one of my homies. He told me he went on vacation and he said that he tried to go to Mexico and they didn't let him in because he was not a Mexican citizen. A Mexican citizen in Mexico. So if anybody's trying to go to Mexico, you can't get in.
Shit.
No, no, I was saying Mexicans out there, they're one of the hardest working people out there. I think they're the hardest working, communities out there. I think they work hardest more than anybody, and they basically could do anything.
Right.
You ask job done, they'll do it, and they'll give you a damn discount to do it also, and they'll actually they won't even complain about it. So
Nah, they definitely hardworking people, good people. Again, I grew up with all Mexicans in South Central LA. All my best friends, Mexicans. Across the street neighbors were Mexicans. All the homeboys I used to play GoldenEye 007 with, they was all Mexicans. The neighbors, like I was, that's considered my family. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, my wife brother is married into a woman from South America, and so we have mixed kids. My wife's cousins are mixed with Mexican. Yeah, I mean it's just black and brown community always kind of went hand in hand. Never. Now, I'm not saying everything was always peaceful and it was always copacetic between blacks and Mexicans growing up, but for the most part, we are, us minorities do stick together when fighting against injustice. And I think this is one of those opportunities where people can just pick a side and just stand on what you believe in. If you feel like you want to help the Mexican community, then go out there and protest with them. If you don't feel like that's your fight and you don't want to fight that fight, you don't have to. You know what I'm saying?
um
But
okay, my big question to you is who is the blame for all of this happening right now?
Trump said, listen, Trump said what he was gonna do. It ain't like he sugarcoated nothing. He said, "Hey, I'm finna change this whole shit by any means necessary. I got the power, and that's why he's constantly going back and forth with the Supreme Court and the higher ups because of uh, unconventional methods in which he's using. They saying that this move that where he activated the military is unprecedented, never been done before. Trump attitude is like, listen, just because nobody else did this shit before, don't mean I can't do it. Like I'm in charge. I'm gonna get it done how I see fit. Um, with the Latinos voting for him, but again, I don't think they saw it happening like this. So when you say who's to blame, it's like you got to kind of put the blame on them, but not really. They didn't know it was gonna happen like this. They wanted the illegal criminals to be deported, but as far as just deporting everybody that is maybe never not was born here or over here illegally without papers, I don't know. It does. I don't know. That's
Um,
not my decision. That's for the lawmakers to decide that. But
when it comes to these riots and the protests going bad right now, the blame I blame is everybody, man. I'm blaming Trump. I'm blaming the people who voted for him.
right,
And I'm blaming Gavin Newsom also, the governor of California. The
mm,
reason the reason why I'm blaming Trump because he is the guy that put all this plan together. He wanted to do all of this. I think that I think he went it the wrong way because you're basically just trying to detain anybody right now, anybody that you think is an illegal immigrant or you feel it, and that's kind of choosing judgment on someone just by the way somebody looks. I don't think that's not right. You just by the way somebody looks, just because, like, for instance, like, okay, like somebody's shopping and they think that, okay, he's black, I think he's stealing. I feel like it's like that though. You can't go off of judgment though. Where's the
right, right,
documentation or something like that? So I do blame Trump for that. I do blame Gavin Newsom though, because I feel like there hasn't been no leadership. There hasn't been no communication with President Trump and Gavin Newsom. He hasn't been vocal, and has taken put his foot down towards anything though. So that's I do blame Gavin Newsom that, and I blame the people who voted for Donald Trump at the end of the day. You voted for him. You knew he was gonna do this. He wanted this the entire time, and
right,
now all of a sudden you are regretting him being the president of the United States. So yeah, I'm blaming all of that right now. Everybody deserves to blame. Trump, Gavin Newsom, and everybody who voted for Donald Trump, man. So this is why the reason's happening, because this all of this could be avoided. But we're at where we at. I hope everything goes well for everybody. I hope things get resolved. I hope you know people are safe out there. Yeah, man. So shout out to everybody though. I hope everything goes the way it's supposed to be.
yeah, go the way it's supposed to go. Right.